guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I decided to film a 20 random facts about me tag for you, which I know is very different to the rest of my content, but I thought it would be a fun one to share with you and also a way for you to get to know me a little bit better. So if you want to hear a few very random and slightly embarrassing things about me, stay tuned. I was named after Kaelin, who some of you may know or may remember as the guy who stayed in O.J. Simpson's guest house on the night that Nicole Simpson and her boyfriend were murdered. So yeah, very interesting person to be named after. My dad was actually watching the trial when my mom was in the hospital getting ready to deliver me, and he got a sudden brainwave and went into my mom and said, "What about Kaelin?" And here I am, 21 years later. Kaelin. I actually used to play the accordion and the tin whistle. In primary school it was mandatory that we all played an instrument, so we were all taught the tin whistle and I took up the accordion on the side and I played it in Scorn and Oak for about 2 or 3 years in a row, and yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know why I gave it up, to be honest. I am much more of a savoury person than a sweet person. I will always go for the savoury option. I just absolutely love savoury food. I have a full-on Janice from Friends laugh, and I pity you if you ever have to listen to it. It is horrendous. I'm not the best when it comes to like big events or pressure. I get very sick. I mean, like a night before a big exam or a night before a big event, I will literally not sleep a wink and spend the whole time getting sick. For example, the morning of my leaving cert, I literally puked my ring up. Very sorry for being graphic, but yeah, that's just an example. I don't deal well with pressure. I love a good documentary. I'm obsessed. I've pretty much every documentary on Netflix watched at this stage. I love them. I am so intrigued. Especially like the weird crimey ones and like the ones about missing people and all that stuff. I'm a sucker for it. Absolutely anything weird or crime related, I'm all over it. I absolutely hate hugs or any physical or emotional contact. They're just not my thing. You may have seen Erica's video, she hates them too. Maybe it was the way our mother raised us, I don't really know, but yeah, absolutely hate them. I will hug a very rare amount of people. I just do not like them. So yeah, if you ever see me, don't hug me. I dream every single night. I have really vivid dreams. I remember them all the time. And yeah, I couldn't believe it one day when someone told me that they never ever dreamt in their life. I was like, what? Like, my dreams are literally like movies. I can tell you exactly what happened, who was in them, what was going on. And the weirdest thing is like sometimes when I dream something, it happens. And I'm not saying I'm a psychic here, but I'm just saying it's weird. I used to make vines, and if none of you remember what they were like those little videos, like a little mini YouTube video basically. And yeah, I was extremely embarrassing in them, and I definitely caused myself to be the butt of a lot of jokes. But I used to love them and I used to have fun with them. And yeah, I clearly have not learned my lesson, because here I am still filming myself and still uploading it online. I think that app is gone now. I think it's deleted forever, so thank God they are gone with the rest of it. Nobody needs to see them. I was a very bold child. I refused to wear socks and knickers until I was about 6 years old, and my poor mother had an awful time with me. One of my nicknames in school was Kaelster, because it was my first username on Instagram, which is very random. I don't even know where I came up with it, but it eventually kind of caught on, and some people even still call me it today. I never filled out the CAO when I was in my leaving cert year. I knew I didn't want to go to any universities in Ireland, so I just didn't fill it out, and yeah, no regrets. I think I was the only person in the year that didn't fill it out. Erica and I once met Girls Aloud in a shopping centre in London, I think it was. They were actually like doing a book signing or something, and Cheryl Cole admired my hair. I was wearing extensions at the time though, so I know it doesn't count, but I was still pretty chuffed. 9 out of 10 times I will be warm. I'm very hot-blooded. I never really get that cold. Even when it's like cold outside, I'm pretty warm, and I'm absolutely dreading the summer here in New York because I'm going to be the most grumpiest, sweatiest, disgusting person ever. I definitely have a mild case of OCD. I'm super particular when it comes to things, and definitely a bit of a control freak, which I totally got from my mother. I hold her fully responsible, but at the same time I'm very unorganized. I leave everything to the last minute, and I can be a little bit untidy at times, so it's a very difficult mix and it drives me insane. I love a good sauce. I'm pretty obsessed with them. Don't care what it is, I'll eat it. I mean, I have a special love for ketchup. That's my number one. And Erica and I pretty much eat absolutely everything with ketchup. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I might freak you out here, but I eat like Indian with ketchup, I eat curry with ketchup, I eat absolutely everything, like pasta, mashed potatoes. I know, I've heard the weirdness before, I understand you're disgusted, but for me it's just the best thing in the world. It's definitely not healthy, the amount of ketchup we eat, but other than that I love every other sauce too. You name it, I'll eat it. Curry, sweet chilli, mayo, honey mustard, Ballymaloe relish is my all-time fave besides ketchup. That is so good. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. But yeah, and I absolutely love a restaurant that gives you the bottles instead of the sachets. They are my dream restaurants, and yeah, I just love them. I was very sporty when I was younger. In primary school I loved football, I did some running, and in secondary school I played a bit of football, and I absolutely loved basketball as well. And yeah, I actually really miss it. I was really competitive and I got into the games quite a bit, to be honest, but I loved being part of a team and we just had such a good crack. So yeah, I'd actually love to go back and play someday, but I don't know, I think makeup and clothes kind of got in the way as I got older, and I kind of just left that part of my life behind me, but I would definitely love to go back and play again sometime. So you never know, you might see me on a basketball court sometime soon. I love a good piercing on the ear. I went through a major phase in school where I decided to get a new one every few weeks. So I actually have 3 on each lobe. I have my tragus done. I had outside here done, but it actually closed up and it actually rejected. And I also have up here done, but I have nothing in there at the moment. So yeah, love a good piercing, so I do. Never really got anything on my face because I knew I'd be sick of it after a while. I was very tempted to do my tongue for a while, but my mom would not let me. It was the only rule in the house. I was not allowed to get my tongue pierced. So yeah, I stuck by it. But yeah, I definitely want to get a few more in the next few months, maybe before Coachella. I have the most addictive personality you'll ever come across. I mean, once I get addicted to something, that's it. For instance, if I find a song I love, I will play it on repeat for probably like 4 to 5 days. But then the thing is, I will never listen to it again after that. I will be so sick of it. It's the same with food. When I was younger, my mom said that I used to make her cook me the same dinner for like 4 weeks in a row, like every single day after school. And it was the same with like sweet stuff. So I went through a phase with Maltesers where I would eat them every single day for like 3 months, and then I would never eat them again. Like, that's not true Maltesers because I still love them, but for the instance with the dinners, I would never eat them again after like a month. I was just so weird, and I'm still like that today. I'm just such an addictive personality. When I buy something new, I'll wear it constantly and then I would forget about it and never look at it again. It's just the way I am. I have no explanation for it. I think I'm just a major creature of habit, and I don't really like change. Last but not least, I saved the kind of weirdest, most random, kind of funniest one till now. When I was 2 to 4 years old, I did a very strange thing. I used to pick up fag butts off the ground and pretend I was smoking them. This is not a joke, people. This is not a lie. There's video footage to prove this. My mother had the hardest time with me. Every single bar we'd go into, the first thing I'd go for was the ashtray, and I would literally like empty the ashtray into my jeans pocket or tracksuit or whatever. And my mom said like every time she washed my clothes, she had to empty all the pockets, and all she would find is fag butts. And I would put them into my mouth, pretend I was smoking them. Mom had to bring me to the doctor to make sure there was nothing wrong with me. But the worst part of all is that on the day of my aunt's wedding, which I was flower girl for, I was 3 years old. Obviously I was still having a bit of an issue with fag butts. My mom had like every cousin, every aunt, every uncle watching me. She thought she had done a really good job. She was very tough with herself until I was up at the top of the altar, standing next to the bridesmaid with a fag in my mouth. She tells the story better than I do, but yeah, there is a video of the wedding and there I am, 3-year-old on the altar smoking a fag. Okay guys, I will leave you with that one. I really hope you enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit better. I hope you're not too weirded out by all the embarrassing facts about myself. I promise I'm not as weird anymore and definitely not as bold. As usual, feel free to subscribe and like the video below if you enjoyed it. And also comment a funny fact about yourself if you have any. I'd love to hear some other people. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!